What is up, good people? It is IG Buckon. We are back with episode 13 in our Elder Scrolls Online playthrough series. We're just going to continue questing through the scribing quest line. Last episode, we did play through the first quest, second era of scribing. So we unlocked scribing essentially and started that quest line. There are 6 major quests, the first one being the second era of scribing. We're now going to do the Luminary of the Indrik, is what it's called, I believe. And essentially all that's going to do is it's going to power up the scribing altar, but it's also going to unlock some perks and benefits for us. To actually look at those, I can bring you over here to the help tab. Sigils of the Luminaries. So as we play through these and unlock them, it's going to give us bonuses. So the bonuses will now actually be, it allows us to get luminous ink to rarely drop when defeating any monster anywhere in Tamriel. So we will be getting a ton more luminous ink so we can do more scribing later down the road, or we can just sell the ink for passive gold. It's nice, it's a big boost. It's also going to stock Chronicler Ferandil here in the Sclerium with all the Gold Road launch grimoires. So he'll have a ton of them goodies. We'll be able to go check him out, buy those as we can, or as we're able to, as we raise enough money and we want them. So essentially diving in here, it wants us to go talk to the crow and start the Wing of the Indrik. As you can see, we got the Indrik over here, then it goes to the Netch. We have a middle door, then it goes to a griffin, and then to the dragon over there. We're just going to go around the horn, and we're just going to do them in order. Indrik, Netch, griffin, dragon, and then the middle door. And that'll be the final quest. We'll be completely done with the scribing quest line at that point, and then we'll move forward with our account. These are longer quests, so I'm going to break each of these down into a single episode. So the Indrik will be its own personal episode. Just me playing through the quest line, learning what's going on, enjoying the content essentially, and talking about things as we encounter it. So definitely like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions or comments, anything you want to add to the conversation. It's always welcomed. And like I said, with questions, I check those comments regularly, so I can always answer your questions as soon as I see them. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in here. Boop. Alright, let's talk to the crow.
I'm glad you've chosen to stay, Interloper. The path to master scribing is not an easy one, but its rewards are innumerable. Your knight appears to be leaving. Did I ruffle her feathers with my cause?
She's actually going to report to the Mages Guild and request some assistance here.
A guild of mages? Fascinating, but a topic for another conversation. Let's stay focused. Ulfsild prepared for the day that someone would follow in her footsteps. She left behind resources, notes, and information for her eventual inheritor.
And you want me to be this inheritor?
What I want is immaterial. The Luminaries will dictate your future as a scriber of grimoires, an editor of spells. That said, I am Ulfsild's familiar. I can guide your early steps, get you flying in the right direction. Where you perch is up to you.
Where do I start?
Ulfsild left a number of echoes, instructional illusions, scattered throughout the library. Their aim is to guide you through the process of contacting the Luminaries, making allies of them once again. There's one just behind you. See for yourself.
I'll see what Ulfsild has to say then.
The echo at the base of the altar is just one of many. Much of the Scalarium's knowledge has been lost to time. But if Magnus wills it, Ulfsild's preparations should be enough to see us through. Fly back to me when you have followed Ulfsild's instructions.
If you are seeing this, the Crow has set you on the path to learn the art of scribing. A world of magic awaits you. I've left behind another sort of guide, the True Sight Lens. Seek it out in the East Wing. The lens and the fables are signposts to seek the Luminaries, and they will teach you far more than I ever could. I made this lens so you might see the world as I do. The very warp and weft of magic laid out before me. A look through the... I made this lens so a look through the lens will allow you to see impressions left behind by the Luminaries. Follow these signposts, and you will find their domains.
Interesting.
I saw signs of this ancient magic from an early age. Certain fables seem to sing with the same magic. Only when I was grown did I revisit them. That was how I found the Indrik. And the Indrik is who I urge you to seek out first.
Alright, let's do that.
Good. You found the lens. It will be your most important tool in tracing a path to the luminaries. Merely holding the lens will attune you to the flow of magic. You will begin to see focal points, impressions left behind by these mystical beings.
How do I use these focal points?
It's quite simple. Stand in one and peer through the lens. Hidden magics in many forms will be revealed to you. Doors, glyphs, even secrets layered within tomes. But here, enough talk. Let's begin.
Where do I start?
Gather your feathers about you. Nearby, you will see a focal point and the Fable of the Indrik. Read the book, then step into the focal point. Peer through the lens, and you'll see the tome in an all-new light.
I'll give it a try.
Ulfsild's secrets are all around us. You need only know where to look. Read the Fable of the Indrik, then use the lens and re-examine the tome. You'll see what I mean.
Can you tell me more about this lens?
Ulfsild created the True Sight lens as she developed the art of scribing. From a young age, she could see magic in a way few others could. This intuitive understanding of magic was what led her to the luminaries, and inspired scribing itself.
If she could see magic, why did she need the lens?
Seeing and understanding are two different things, interloper. The lens was a tool, a high branch to give her a bird's eye view of impressions left behind by the luminaries.
What do you mean she could see magic?
From a very young age, Archmage Ulfsild found she could see the current of magic as it flowed across Nirn. Faintly at times, more strongly in others. A rare and precious gift, one granted by Magnus himself, no doubt.
Huh. Alright, so Fable of the Indrik. A hunter traveled through green waters to the break of dawn, seeking a worthy quarry. He came across the lady, stone still with skirts pulled around her. Something huddled behind her, a creature of hooves and feathers and bones of the earth. It barked and gave chase when he got too close. He chased it through the mud and brush and down into the earth, by amber light of Kulanda, in gleaming halls of moon-gray stone. The long-legged creature shed its even longer shadow, leaving it to do battle with the hunter. The two met again among the ruins of an isle brought low from the weight of once mighty tower. All that remained was a well of starlight at its center. The creature did not run, but considered the hunter as he approached. "Why did you chase me?" asked the creature. "I saw a worthy quarry," answered the hunter. "I was feeble and new to this world," said the creature, "small and weak. I would lose my sharpness in waiting for you to grow, and you had sense enough to run," said the hunter. "What use would that gift be if none ever chased you?" "Drink of this well with me," said the creature. "We were both made stronger by your pursuit." The two foes bent their heads and drank of the well of starlight. Rejuvenated, they raised their heads at its friends and ran again, dashing over the river, splashing through the lady's skirts, stopping on high overlook jutting out to the sea. What a difference it made, though the hunter, as he stepped into the creature's glade, keeping stride with another rather than following in their wake. So that's an interesting story.
Now enter the focal point and peer through the lens. You will see what was unseen in the fable.
Alright, so we'll pop that. And now we have red letters. We are in Tamriel for certain, Greenwater Cove, Dawnbreak, it must be in Oradon. So these are just like riddles, or you can decipher them to tell you where you're actually at. So this lady is actually a Mundus Stone. I know the one on an island in a small pond south and across the river from Little Mining Settlement. The beast must be an Indrik. Moon Gray suggests the ruins of Ondil. Buranim on the east coast, no tower, but there is an ancient well of power there. Consulted my map. This must not have been an island when the fable was written. Now it's home to a lighthouse on the southwest coast of Oradon. I hope the door is still there.
Excellent.
Alright, so now we know where our markers. We actually have to go and find them.
You need to go. You've seen the hidden annotations then, and you know where you are going?
It looks like Ulfsild's notes lead to Ordon.
You should be able to follow those annotations in sequence, leading you from location to location. Just like the hunter in the Fable, you seek the Indrik now. Let Ulfsild be your guide.
Is there anything else I need to know?
As this is your first time, I will accompany you into the field. Not everything you need to know is on the page. I will teach you how to break the luminary wards and retrieve key fragments to enter the Indrik's domain.
Alright, I'll see you in Ordon then.
I'll meet you at the Lady's Standing Stone in Oradon. How nice it'll be to really stretch my wings again.
Do all the luminaries have fables like this?
Indeed. Ulfsild gathered hundreds of tomes in her search for these tales. A small handful of her annotated volumes will be needed to find the luminaries. Beyond the Indrik, you will seek them out in whatever order you choose.
Why am I starting with the Indrik?
Ulfsild felt a kinship with him. He was the first of the luminaries to ally with the Archmage, and the first to commit his power to the altar. If any of these unorthodox beings are still loyal to Ulfsild, I felt he would be the one.
I'm not sure how the luminaries connect to scribing or the altar.
Tilt your head, and think of the altar as the heart of the Scalarium. Without it, the library would simply be a graveyard of tomes. A lifeless shell filled with old knowledge and stories of the past. What makes that heart beat? What gives it life?
The luminaries of magic?
Yes. Before the doors were sealed, the Indrik, Netch, Dragon, and Griffin fed the altar their strength. Now the heart of the Scalarium struggles to beat, and without that beating heart, your mastery of scribing will stagnate.
How do we know they'll be willing to share their strength with the altar again?
Ah, there's the trick. We don't. Ulfsild underwent trials to prove her worth, to gain their trust. But that was lifetimes ago. All we can hope to do now is find the luminaries and remind them of their promise to Ulfsild. The rest is up to you.
Alright. Easy enough. Now you could just easily go to your map and teleport if you chose to. This gives you actual portals that take you right to where you need to go. If you just come up here to the Way Shrine, and I'll show you. It's kind of cool. You see how these portals are all open? Just go to the one you need. Portal to Skingrad, no. Portal to Oradon. That's where we need to run to, so. Now we're actually here in Oradon at the Mages Guild. I'm going to make my way to where we need to get to, which is this little dot here. Well, so we'll make our path up there, and that's where we'll reconvene. That way I can grab any sky shards. I know there's a sky shard up here on the bank, right up top on the second floor. And we'll make our path that way so I can gather any resources I need as well.
Here we are, where the fabled chase began. Ah, what a flight! I almost didn't want to land. But, to business. The luminaries are beings of great power. Each has a domain they have shaped to their choosing. Each domain has a door, and each door, of course, has a key.
Where can I find this key?
As I said in the library, let the Fable be your guide. We are here at the Lady, the first annotated location in the Fable. Just as you did back at the Scalarium, peer through the true sight lens within a focal point.
What am I looking for?
Magic wards left behind by the Indrik. A trio of these wards hide a fragment of his key. Once revealed, these wards can be dispelled from a distance. Clear them all, and the key fragment will be revealed. Don't worry, I'll help you find it.
Only a fragment of the key?
If the luminaries share one trait, it's a love of a challenge overcome. Yes, you'll need to gather 3 key fragments to open the Indrik's door. Let's begin. And remember, if you lose your sight, there will always be more focal points at hand.
Alright, I'll use the lens to find the Indrik's
Peer
wards.
through the lens, reveal the wards, and claim the key fragment. This may seem a small step, but an incredible path waits before you.
Why are the luminaries' keys hidden?
I'm not sure I can give you a simple answer to that question. Perhaps some of the luminaries can give you their perspective. My best guess? When you see magic the way they do, your taste for the company of mortal mages might sour.
So mages annoy them.
That ruffles the feathers more than I intended. Think of it this way. Your average archmage is just a neophyte compared to the luminaries. I think these hidden keys are a way to dissuade, let's call them, casual questions.
Uh-huh. Make sure you're dedicated, essentially, is what I'm taking from it.
An inspired find, Tamil.
So now we'll have to go to 3 different locations, grab these pieces, get these key fragments, and then we're in like Sin, baby. Let's see what we can find here. Oopsie.
The lens shows you magic the way Wolfsild saw it. Shades of how the luminaries see it. Now, your vision has faded. Find another focal point. Each will be in sight of a ward. Your vision has faded once more. Find another focal point. Peer through the lens and break the wards to find the key fragment.
Okay. Man, she's bossy.
Kinda like your girlfriend, huh?
Very much so.
The wards are gone, and the fragment revealed. The first key fragment is yours. Well done. You've taken to this well. Your early steps to master scribing. But from here I must take my leave. Return to the Scalarium. Ulfsild, I believe, wanted her inheritor to walk this path alone.
Alright, I just need to find the other 2 key fragments, right?
Just as you did here, use the Fable to find your way. Dispel the wards, and with key in hand, you should be able to open the door. And meet the luminary Indrik face to face.
What then?
He will likely ask you to prove yourself worthy of his power. I have a good feeling about you, interloper. Altar breaker. I have faith you can do it. Magnus guide you on your journey, and I'll see you back at the Scalarium.
See you there.
Just remember, you can always reference the Fable of the Indrik from your bag. Ulfsild's annotations will guide you on your journey. Find the wards, obtain the fragments, and soon you shall meet your first luminary of magic.
So nowadays, all you have to do is pull up your map, and it's going to show you a location right here. The Wing of the Indrik. Find the second set of Indrik wards. So we're actually going to make our way to this next location, and it'll just kind of guide us step by step that way. Instead of actually having to read the tome here in our quest items, Fable of the Indrik, in other games, harder games, old school Elder Scrolls, you'd actually have to try to figure it out and use your brain, and look for map markers and stuff like that. But they didn't make it that difficult, because I think people would get pissed, maybe quit, I don't know. But they've really made it simplified for your average player, essentially. So we just got to run to the map markers. Now the whole way through, I'm going to be unlocking way shrines. You can see Windy Glade way shrine there. We're going to run for that. We're going to be grabbing way shrines, resources, all that good stuff. I don't think you want to see that, so we'll reconvene at the next spot.
Material full of potential. Imagine the fine attire you might make with that.
Alright, so now we gotta reveal the Indrik's door. We got our third key fragment. It wants us to come clear the heck over here. That's gnarly. Get clear out to this point. Let's do this. Boom. That's why we always try to unlock all the way shrines as we're traveling. If you see them, just swing by them real quick, then you have access to them forever. Makes everything so much easier later on.
Potency, aspect, or essence. Good.
Uh-oh,
find.
damn it. That hurt a little bit.
You've flown true. The luminary Indrik's door is close. Find the path to the top and take the next step on your journey.
Columbine.
Good find, dummy. Dadna, Exavija. Asura, witness my devotion.
Hey, heavy sack. We're actually starting to put out some decent damage. We don't have 2 full gear sets. It's pretty hardcore.
Jack must like you, Tommy. In life, he never did anything like this for me.
Alright, let's find it. Travel to the wing of the Indrik. Pretty badass, dude. Let me grab this chest, though. I'm actually on a supernatural marathon right now. We're on season 2. Episode 13 is just starting.
Enjoy
And we're going
this
to binge
good
watch all
fortune,
15
Tommy.
seasons. I've seen it up to season 12 in the past, and then I quit watching. So now we're going to watch it all the way through now. It's pretty badass, though. Alright, we're moving into the wing of the Indrik. See what the big dog's got to say, huh?
It has been many long years since a mortal entered my domain. And now here you are, following in Ulfsild's footsteps. Welcome to
badass.
my domain, adventurer, bearer of my fable.
Hello. Hello.
I sense the power of the Scholarium within you. Your ink-stained hands have touched the altar's magic. I sensed too when Ulfsild's essence faded from this realm. After all these years, do you hope to be her inheritor?
I might be. I'm still new to this.
I sense potential. You hunger for power, much as Ulfsild did when she sought me out all those years ago. I will ask you the same question I asked her. Do you deserve this power? The power to edit grimoires, to rewrite magic?
Yes, absolutely.
What confidence. You believe you have the wisdom to use my power, The power to maim or mend, to blast with flame or freeze with ice. We shall see. First, my door must open once again. Place the fable you carry with you upon the dais.
How will that open your door?
A story is never just a story. It has the power to change from within and without. The fable of the Indrik acts as a symbolic connection, a commitment from me to you. Place the book and open the path.
I'll place the fable on the dais then. Alright, let's go do that. Boop.
It's good to taste the ink of the Scalarium upon the air again. Power can mean many things. Its meaning may change with each new day, each turn of the season. Ulfsild learned this hard lesson when the Scalarium slipped away. If I am to teach you as I taught her, I must learn what power means to you.
How do you want to do that?
A scroll nearby details a series of challenges. Expressions of power, both subtle and not. Choose two to complete, that I might know what power means to you.
Does it matter which tasks I
You
complete?
do not know me yet, but I am no taskmaster. Power expressed against one's will is no power at all. Attempt only the challenges that appeal to you. When you are done, return, and we will take your next step together.
I'll return when the challenges are done.
Rest easy. I would not set you to task without cause. There is method to my mindset. In the meantime, you have many questions. Mortals always do.
Where are we?
My pocket domain, shaped and hewn into being in the same way I chose my form. I find it a pleasant respite from the larger world. Other luminary domains may have been formed with different goals.
Every luminary has their own domain, their own wing like this?
Indeed. Each of us formed a pocket realm as we were born. None of us could answer the question of why, if that has risen to the top of your mind. Each of us has an opinion, of course. But that's also in our very nature, it would seem.
What's your opinion?
I think we are very alone, each of us. And Aetherius, in its wisdom, did not wish us to be both alone and wandering. This sense of isolation is something we each grapple with in our own way. As did Ulfsild, of course. Of course.
Is this place part of the Scalarium?
Only partially. Scribing, even in its earliest incarnations, seemed destined to use a luminary's power. It was Ulfsild's idea to bind my domain to the Scalarium, which in turn led to great achievements and those beautiful doors.
Your powers run into the Scalarium through the door, huh?
In Ulfsild's time, yes, it did. The strength of the luminaries channeled into the very heart of the scribing altar allowed for incredible feats. And may do so again, depending on how you fare.
Look at that badass, like, graphics coming off of him. Looks amazing. Like golden embers. I like it. Why does it look like the Somerset Isles?
The noble beast whose shape I chose felt right at home among these falling petals and verdant greens. When I need a moment's peace, or to rid my mind of stray thoughts, I'm grateful that this was the space that formed around me.
I have a few basic questions.
I would be disappointed if you did not. Scribing is an art esoteric, translating the very stuff of magic into mortal hands by luminary liaison. There's much you do not understand. Yet.
Why are you having me do these particular challenges?
To consider the meaning of power. Every being alive thinks they understand it. But how to gain power, or what power to gain, is not the crucial question. How should power be used? That is what drives me.
And these challenges all relate to power.
Gladiators in a ring, the unquiet dead, a Daedric incursion, overlords reigning in the depths. They all possess the means to destroy, to control. I encourage you to see that power firsthand, and consider how you yourself would use it.
What are you exactly? What are the luminaries?
If magic is a river, we are eddies in the current. We are not masters of the river, but we are a part of it. The river is us. We are the river. Each of us awakened in a different manner, time, and place. I am the oldest to choose my form, I believe.
You chose your form? Why are you an Indrik?
Why are you the way that you are? Why do you have smooth skin, 2 eyes, and walk upon 2 legs? You are what you were born to be, and I'm the same. I was able to choose my shape, but there was no other shape I could have been.
Wow. Alright. Good day, buddy. So, challenges of the Indrik. Challenge of the Anchor. Vile Daedric creations fall from the skies. Scourge their presence from the land known as Auradon. Challenge of Teamwork. With the fellow heroes by your side, face off against other champions seeking glory. Challenge of Strength. Vile beings of superior strength await your challenge in the delves of Auradon. Slay them, prove you are stronger. Or we can challenge of Cleansing. The unliving rise and sully the purity of the land of Auradon. Use your strength to send them back to their domain. So we can do 2 out of any of the 4. So I'm going to go destroy a Dark Anchor for sure. And probably defeat a delve boss in Auradon. So we went ahead and we did a Anchor in Auradon and a delve boss in Auradon. We killed him. And we're back here to talk to the Indrik.
Well done, mortal. You have risen to the challenge. One task remains. If I am to lend you my strength, you must lend me yours. Power for power. A wrong righted, and another step on the path.
What wrong do you want righted?
My own. One day, as I enjoyed the sun upon my pelt, I beheld a hunter tracking an Indrik and her fawn. The hunter moved in to claim their prize, and the hind perished. The fawn leapt for freedom, and the hunter gave chase.
What did you do?
I stepped in. I imbued the fawn with a wisp of my power, but in acting with haste, I acted unwisely. My power protected the fawn, true enough, but it gathered the hunter in its wake. Now predator and prey are trapped in a chase unending.
Saving the fawn was a mistake?
I granted my power to a being that did not ask for it, and did not know how to use it. The height of arrogance. A vice I have been accused of on occasion. Use the lens, find their trail, and release these poor souls from my power without focus.
Where should I start?
Seek the fawn and the hunter in a southern Auradon cavern. Del's Claim, I believe it is called today. Restore this ill-used power, and I will lend my strength to yours. A signpost on your path to master scribing.
Alright, sounds good to me. Alright, so we're here in Del's Claim. We're gonna go track this little dude. Track the blessed Indrik fawn. We can do that.
What are they thinking?
Aww. Oh, here it comes. There it goes. We're gonna fall in. Oh, there he is. I don't know where he went. Oh, he went that way. I swear I just seen him. Uh-oh, they're killing me. What's up with those? Where's he at, dude? Anybody else see him? I got nothing. I'm assuming he went into that portal. How upsetting. It's very hard to track him. I don't know why they designed it this way. There he goes. Thank you. Why is that so difficult? I don't understand that. Zolthuxus. Zolthuxus. So again, we're going to make our way through this wonderful place. Doing the same thing. I would normally kill every bad guy, but then the little critter guy, the fawn, gets away. And the focal point thing wears off, so I just go ahead and follow him as fast as I can. Hoping not to lose his trail. Where'd you go, little dude? I'm assuming he went that way. But I don't know. Oh. It wants us to drop down. Oh, we're fighting. Follow him. He went this way. I knew that. Totally knew that. Don't judge me. Mark these fools here. Give us the pot. Pottery.
Pray for mercy.
I wish we were in our own instance. I hate it when people just run through like this. Messes up my whole experience. Irene Acropolis. So this fawn's been running for its life for like a really long time, really long distance too, apparently.
Come now, little fawn. You cannot run forever.
Huh. It's kind of sick. Free money on the ground, dude.
Itradin Tanit.
I'm an addict. I gotta open all the urns. I'm sorry.
No quarry can escape me. Hounds after it.
Oh my goodness. That hunter guy's a jerk, dude. Alright, let's take this lady down to Pain Town. Between me and Zareth, dude, we've gotten super strong. See, he's up here killing the head guy already.
Perceive, take my soul.
Huntmaster Kanar.
Just as I said, my power overwhelms the fawn. A ward of that power now binds it. Dispel the ward.
Yes, it's too bad.
You are free, little one. Free to... What? Ah, of course.
He loves him,
You may
dude!
return with us if you wish.
Look at him!
I will see both of you in my domain then. I will grant my promised power to the one that sought it, and offer safe harbor to the one that did not.
Alright. That was pretty cool, pretty cool.
Like that, this one.
Sundra.
The fawn is safe. My strength returned. And you have had a moment, I hope, to reflect on power and its wise application.
Huh. What happens now, bro?
Now, as with Ulfsil before you, I offer you the sigil of the Indrik. You will take it to the altar and imbue my strength within. The power I pass to you will infuse every drop of ink, every sheet of parchment, each whorl and dot upon the page.
What does that mean for my scribe?
Until now, your mastery of the art was limited. With my support, your horizon expands. So too, the vision of your allies. I will ensure their efforts to explore and chronicle the contents of the Scalarium meet with success.
Nalia has returned from the Mages Guild?
Your knight has returned, with allies at her side. But that can wait. Mortal, Fable bearer, friend, accept my gift to you. The power of a luminary of magic.
I accept this gift, Indrik.
You have completed my trials. You have shown wisdom in the use of your power. Take my sigil.
Thank you,
Join
sir.
its essence with the altar. And let the ink flow once again.
Live long and prosper. So the quest ain't too terrible, honestly, and it's pretty cool. I like the way it's written. It's well written. We are stocking up on insect parts for fishing in the rivers. It's kind of nice as well.
You don't see that every day. Nani's going
Look at it
on here
powering
like
up.
this.
Good to see you again. You'll find her over in the East Wing with our newest arrival.
That's pretty cool. Find Votary Nalia. Let's do that.
There you are. I wanted to introduce you. This is Chronicler Ferrandil.
Good to meet you. Nolly, Chronicler Ferrandil at your service. Chronicler of tomes, scrolls, scripts, and otherworldly delights. I'm glad that I was able to make the trip. I think you'll find my skills quite valuable on this most unexpected expedition.
What is your role here?
I've been tasked with facilitating this lost art form you've rediscovered. Scribing. How novel. As I understand it, you will be contacting and convincing these luminary creatures, empowering the altar and all that.
How will you facilitate scribing?
I'll scour the complex for grimoires and scripts. I've already found quite a few, aided perhaps by that... what's his name? Indrik chap. I've never been led by a faun to a trove of ancient secrets before, but it was an exciting experience.
Huh, thanks, Chronicler.
Don't worry, I will do my very, very best to ensure I have what you're looking for. I take my role as chronicler for this expedition quite seriously.
I have a few questions for
But
you.
of course you do. Ask away, my new friend. Happy to help in any way I can.
No.
It's good to be back. I know it took some time to get us all down here. Apologies. Archmage Galarian and the Votary Commander needed significant convincing to turn this into a full-fledged expedition. How did it go with the Crow?
I met my first luminary, the Indrik, and he lent his strength to the altar.
You just continue to impress again and again. With the luminary's strength added to the altar, who knows what you'll be able to accomplish? As you might imagine, Guild leadership is very interested in the art of scribing.
Does that mean you'll be staying here in the Scalarium?
For the duration. You have more luminaries to find, this complex needs to be explored, and the secrets of scribing are just waiting to be teased from the past. What about you, friend? This expedition would be nothing without you.
I'm very committed, Nalia. Let's get to it.
Magnus be praised. We've secured supplies for a full-fledged expedition, you've allied with your first luminary, and the altar surges with new power. Not bad for a day's work.
Alright, so we got some focus script, signature script, affix script, some luminous ink. This is some cool shit. We can use all these, right? And a little bit of gold.
What happens next is up to you, be it griffin, netch, or dragon. We've gathered the fables in the main hall. If you have any questions, let me know. Except for what's beyond the unmarked door.
What do we know? What? We don't know what's beyond the unmarked door?
We do not. Julian and I have already begun speculating based on some early hints. Our best guess? It's Ulfsild's private study. But I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Have you asked the crow?
I did, and she was a bit cryptic. I mean, especially cryptic. Sometimes it's hard to tell with a magical talking crow, but she seemed like she didn't want to talk about it.
Can we talk more about the Chronicler?
You mean Ferandil? I reached out to him while I was waiting for the Votary Commander to decide what she wanted me to do. I've worked with him in the past, and he's... unusual. But he's the best at what he does.
Alright. So he's going to be selling the things we find here?
Absolutely. We're relying on him to help us understand what's useful, what's valuable, and what's just scrap paper. He told me the altar is already vibrating along his transmutational axis. I have no idea what that means, but I think it's good.
What does he do?
Ferandil has this way of getting his hands on things you wouldn't expect. Like, he's got a sixth sense about ancient relics and magic. Basically, he's a treasure hunter and merchant, but he's extremely reliable.
Huh. Right on, right on. Alright, so we got that down. So I could come in here and talk to this dude.
I'm glad I'm...
we could purchase these if we chose to. Pricey. So the ones that are in red we can't purchase because it requires certain achievements. I don't use a two-handed weapon. I don't use a one-handed shield, so I will never be able to purchase these on this character, personally. So that's kind of cool that it locks them out, so you don't purchase things you don't need. I would like to get them just to have them for whatever reason, just to have, you know. Obviously, you'll never use them because you won't need a skill for a two-handed weapon if you're not going to use a two-handed weapon, right? You know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of pointless, but collector's purposes, I really like to collect everything. I know that's kind of weird, but it's just the way I am. So, all right. that will be the episode. We're going to go ahead and wrap it there. We got the wing of the Indrik finished. Now, if we actually go and look, you'll see how it shows just 3 arrows. We actually get to pick and choose which one we want to do next. So quite literally, we can come over and do the dragon, the griffin, or the netch. It says Nabal of the Fetch. He's a jokester, which we'll see in the next episode, because we're actually going to do that one next. It's actually the Fable of the Netch, but he mixes up the words. He's a jokester, like I said. It will be very fun, interesting. It's actually quite a sad story, if I remember correctly. It's a real tearjerker. It's very well written and quite enjoyable. So definitely comment down below if you have any questions, thoughts, anything to add to the conversation. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Otherwise, we will catch you in the next episode.